Lunar Vocabulary. Today we're going to demonstrate and predict the sequence of events in the lunar cycle. So for your starter, why does autumn start in different months of the year in North America and South America? Earth's axis is tilted at 23.5 degrees. This tilt results in seasons starting at different months for different parts of the year. So remember, it's the tilt and the revolution that causes seasons. For our practice, the moon takes 27.3 days or about 1 month to orbit or do a revolution around Earth once. As the moon revolves around Earth, the position of the moon that reflects sunlight back to Earth changes, causing the moon's appearance to change. So here we have the sun, and we have the 8 phases that we see when we're standing on Earth. And again, that's the reflection of the sun's light bouncing off the moon, we can say. For our practice, when we're on Earth and we look up at the sky and we don't see any illumination of the moon, we call this phase the new moon. So it appears to us that there's no moon in the sky. And this is when the moon is in between the sun and the Earth. The moon is going to do a counterclockwise revolution around Earth. And again, that takes 1 month. So a waxing crescent, when we're on Earth and we look up at the moon and we see a little sliver of light reflecting off of the moon, this is called a waxing crescent, where you have light on the right-hand side of the moon. So waxing means to increase in light. Crescent refers to the shape. First quarter. When you're on Earth and you look up at the moon, the right half of the moon is lit. So 1/2 the moon is lit or illuminated. Gibbous means bulging. So a waxing gibbous, it's the lit side of the moon that grows inside. It's more than half. A full moon. When we're on Earth and we look up at the night sky, the moon's surface is fully lit. Earth is between the sun and the moon. A waning gibbous. So again, when you're on Earth and you look up at the moon, okay, we start to lose light on the right, and that's why we call it waning. Waning means to decrease in light. It occurs after a full moon. Third quarter, when the left half of the moon is illuminated. Waning crescent. Gets smaller and smaller until the moon completes its orbit. So let's talk about some of these terms. Waxing. The definition of waxing means to grow larger. The right side of the moon is reflecting light. An example would be a waxing crescent, the first sliver of the moon as it appears after the new moon, when only a small arc-shaped section on the right in the northern hemisphere is visible. So Google an image relevant to waxing and paste it here. And then I'd like that you type your own definition or sentence describing waxing here in this box. Waning. Definition. To lose or get smaller. The left side of the moon is reflecting light. Example, waning crescent. The final sliver of the moon as it appears just prior to the new moon, when only a small arc-shaped section on the left in the northern hemisphere is visible. Google an image of a waning crescent and type your own definition or sentence to describe waning in this box. Crescent moon. Definition. Crescent, only a small portion of the moon is seen from Earth. Moon appears to be in the shape of a banana. So for your example, a crescent moon, banana, image relevant to a crescent moon. And then type your definition or sentence that describes crescent moon in this red box. Gibbous moon. Definition. Gibbous moon is when more than half of the moon is illuminated. Seems to be a football shape. So examples, gibbous moon, football. Add image relevant to the content of gibbous moon. Type your own definition or sentence to describe gibbous moon. For our connection, this is a little memory device that we could use. A new moon is when the moon is near the sun. A full moon is when the moon is far from the sun. Remember, you're on Earth looking at the moon. When we want to draw the phases of the moon, I use this little device to help me place my phases. I say, let's snF the moon phases. SNEF stands for sun, new moon, earth, full moon. It makes a straight line. So you can remember a new moon is always in between the sun and the earth. A full moon is always behind the earth. You want to remember a new moon. After the new moon, we want to go counterclockwise in our revolution around Earth. So we must go this way. We grow in light. So we have light on the right until we're full, and then we start to lose that light on the right, and then we become a new moon again. This takes 1 month. Another trick, I see crescents come before and after a new moon. Gibbuses come before and after a full moon. I hope that was helpful.